Hey, what's up, everyone? My name is Lionel, and I'm your host for LT Productions. And you are watching I Watch You Watch. And we are covering the returning, underrated series, Belle Collective. It is now airing every week on the OWN network channel, and I know that it's streaming in other places also. Excuse me. Every Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm glad it's back. I believe that this is season 4. It might be season 5 on OWN. We know how they get down. We'll be in season 20 by next year. Anyways, I do appreciate you all for coming to my channel. Thank you for your support. And you can have continued support for me by liking this video. Also, subscribing to my channel if you are new here. And I do welcome you. And you can leave your comments below. So let's get into this episode. All right, so we start off with Akeisha. Now, if y'all watched last season, before I get to Akeisha and Willie, excuse me, the reunion was crazy. Meaning, basically no resolve. It was crazy. Everyone was everywhere. Anyways, we start off with Akeisha. Akeisha has gotten property on Ferris Street. Congratulations. She does call Willie. What happens with Akeisha? She goes back up to New Jersey after filming down here. They do have a home down here, or at least they're renting a place down here, and they're going to be opening up a brick. Ooh, what is the place called? A Bricks and Hobbs of Jackson. They do have one in Jersey, I believe. So, congratulations, Akeisha. Again, she calls Willie because Willie is stuck up north. I know that he has a time that he's stuck up north to deal with his commentating for football and probably some other things that he has going on. But anyways, he's also has a podcast or radio show with JJ. They do something on their own, and I've only seen clips. I have not really got into it like I should have, and I think I will eventually. Anyways, they kind of talk, have small talk. You know, Akeisha noticing Willie is going to do something so he can go. He's going to relax. And Akeisha's like, oh, well, you know, I have the children. I got all this stuff going on. And you just glad that we gone, isn't it? You're like, no. A little husband-wife talk. So Coochie comes. And she congratulates Akeisha on the new place that she does have within Ferris Street. Akeisha is turning part of the property into an office area. So Gucci needs an office, and they'll possibly be sharing an office together, her and Akeisha. So we'll have to see what happens, because I think she does work out of her home at this point. And they just wanted to catch up to see if you've been in contact with anyone. And I think that, so Gucci said that the only person that she has talked to is Letitia. We just kind of check up on each other. Hey, how you doing? Da 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 da. Nothing real deep. You would have thought she would have had a deeper relationship with Marie, but hey, I already had my opinions on that last year. I don't know if I have anything on this channel. I think Belle Collective. No, I think some Belle Collective is on this channel here. Anyways, I felt like there was an alliance being built against Latrice, and I still stand by that from last year. I don't know what's going to happen next year or this season. I think Akeisha said that she talks with Tambra and all that. We get into the case that she has against Selena, and this was supposed to be a peace bond hearing or something, and she said that she wasn't. Latrice and Tambra showed up for the hearing. She said that she wasn't shocked of Latrice being there, but for Tambra being there, especially for what went down last season. Well, this is what I have to say. I can understand you feeling away since you're in this friends social circle, so Gucci, but I'm not on your side with that. A, you and Tamara are not close. I don't ever see you try to get to know her at all. I'm just being honest. And B, you talked about her a lot last season. And I felt like that was your way to get attached to Marie. Because if you weren't talking about Tamara, you were talking about Latrice. To Marie and Letitia. That's my opinion. And I'm still sticking with it. Nothing's actually changed. And also, see, Tamara has a relationship with Selena. They've known each other, since they were like 15 years old? They were teenage age. And you think that she's not about to speak up for her friend? And D, she was an eyewitness to what actually transpired. You think that she's supposed to stay out of it. I mean, it would have been cool, but hey, that's still my friend. My friend has not ever gotten in trouble with the law or anything. And as far as what Selena says, I'm going to just stand. I'm going to be there for them. So I heard, I guess you don't get subpoenaed. Tamara said that she got subpoenaed to go to a peace bond hearing. And Akeisha was like, I don't understand why you would get that. Anyways, here's what I found out on Google. So just listen to this as to what a peace bond hearing is.
In Mississippi, a peace bond is a court order that requires a person convicted of a crime less than a felony to keep the peace and be of good behavior for up to 2 years. The court may also require the person to post a bond in a reasonable amount. A peace bond hearing is similar to a trial, where the judge will hear evidence from both sides and decide whether to order the peace bond. The other party may be represented by a lawyer or may speak for themselves. If the person does not agree to the peace bond, they may be jailed for up to 12 months.
So I didn't know what it all entailed, but if you're trying to present evidence, why would you not have an eyewitness there? So I don't know. I'm just reading what I saw, and it's not really lining up as you think that they could not be there, or anyone could not be there to speak on Selena's behalf to help with this whole peace bond situation. So Akeisha said, we got to get things together, and I'm going to the group together. She's going to call a collective correction get together. Basically, we're going to correct whatever needs to be corrected and wipe the slate clean and move on. So she sends out a text to everyone and all that good stuff. Next, we are on to Letitia and Glendale. They are selling their first home, which I already suspected that the house that they had been in, they were renting or some type of Airbnb from even first season, because she never had anything out, and we were like, is this house real or what? But whatever. They're selling their first house. Glendale's painting and fixing up things so that they can get it ready to sell. I guess this first property, they have been using it as a rental home. Okay. I'll just go with what the storyline is. So while he's doing all that, Letitia comes in the house and she's saying, we got to get all this stuff ready. You said that. Glendale said, I'm getting it done. It's all in my head and it will be done. Letitia says in her confessional that they've decided to put the vow renewal on hold. I promise every season these two put on a stunting show for their marriage. I don't believe that. I mean, you're putting it on hold, but it's like, what? You were so... She said, we're good, but we're not great. But you were so in love with him that last season. And was so grateful that you got this new ring. It's a stunt in the show. They always got to do something to try to produce something on the show. That's what I believe. Y'all can give me your beliefs in the comments below. Glendale is like, don't speak to me like I'm one of your employees. I'm your husband. And Letitia said, there you go again. Glendale wants for Letitia to prioritize each other. He needs some time with her to learn who the elevated Letitia is. She's too busy and can't. What kind of conversations do y'all have as married folk? What does it have to take for you to finally get adjusted to this woman who's just not at your beck and call when you come back into town? For some reason, you have to be out of town for 20-something days out of a month. And during that time, she's supposed to shut down and start showing you who she is as far as elevated. Why, though? Because you can't see it. It's not showing. He says that he's changing. I know she even acknowledged that you're changing. What are you changing? I don't know. But it still seems like you're intimidated by this woman, and that's just that. But whatever. She starts talking about the collective corrector, and they was getting it wrong. They were laughing about it. She also says that she misses her relationship with Latrice. I'll have something to say a little bit later. And I do stay hard on Letitia, and I'm going to stay on it because I don't like what you did last season. I don't even like what y'all did second season to Akeisha. Y'all play too much. We move on to Latrice. We find out that she and Cliff are opening up a new restaurant. It's going to be a restaurant with a lounge and a cigar lounge, and they have a second level where they will have a condominiums up there. I don't know if that's for office rental space or for living space. Either way, it's a win-win situation. So congratulations on Latrice and Cliff. Selena, who was on last season, she is now a new Belle. Congratulations, Selena. It makes perfect sense. Everyone wanted you on last season, except one of my Twitter friends. Shout out to Miss Sheridan, but she said that she got her eye. I don't know why, but I need to ask her. Like for Sheridan. Go ahead and subscribe over there. But anyways, we find out a little bit about Selena. She's a travel agent, a bail bondsman. Man, ain't that something? You were a bail bondsman and you got arrested, or did you get arrested? Or at least you had a hearing. Charges were pressed against you. She has an online store with her daughters. But Latrice has brought her over to Taste because she's going to be the bar manager. It's one of her expertise. And Selena says that she's made up to 6 figures a year. And they want that in their house. Selena asks, how's Cliff? And Latrice is saying that, after getting this restaurant together and all that, we've divorced about 16 times. Selena's like, oh, well, don't make that a reality. Selena, we find out that Selena also has a fiance, Michael. Him and Cliff get along very great. And Latrice is kind of worried when they open up Taste, as far as this lounge and whatnot, how they are going to act, because they're going to start embarrassing them and how that they act. I don't know if it's when they're liquored up or whatever, but they're just kind of friends. We find out how they actually met, Selena and Michael. She was at this event, and someone suggested that she have a smoked sausage. Michael had the last sausage, and he gave it to Selena, and from that point on, they started dating, and now they're engaged. I think she said that she's a grandmother of 6 children. I'm like, Lord. And a mother of 4. I said, okay. I think she's including her son, because I think that, I remember in an interview, she talked about her son losing him at a younger age. Latrice talks about what Keisha wants is this collective correction. She said, I don't really know if I want to do this because I only deal with Tamara and that's all I care about, And I don't think I really am ready to get into the mix. It's just like a return of the big bags. I said, Lord. Oh, Latrice. So we find out that Selena has a no contact order with some Gucci. So there's like no social media and all that stuff. I don't know how they're going to film on the show. But she did say, as far as what Latrice to Selena, it's going to be tricky in bringing you around this group or whatever. But we'll work it out in some type of way. But at least for now, we're not going to have you around. And then Latrice did ask, what would happen if you guys actually were in a space together? And she was like, well, I think I'm just going to have to do an about face type of situation because she used to be in ROTC. I said, okay. Next we see is Marie Monroe. She's with her grandchild, Zane, and with her daughter, Zuri. So I would love to know the significance of why we are using Z's for their names. I forgot what is his name? What is the son's name? I forgot the son's name. Oh, well. I wonder if we're going to see him this season. We haven't seen him since season 2, I think. We find out that Marie's lupus is in remission. I'll say congratulations. She said that she's lost 50 pounds since she does not have to take some medication. I think she said prednisone. I think that's what it was. Don't quote me on that. But Marie, you was already losing weight. I don't know if it was Ozempic, but whatever. However, your ex, what is his name? I forgot his name. He was the one that got you on this. So I was like, okay, well, she did thank him during the second season. I guess you don't have to keep thanking him or bringing him up. Probably don't want to bring him up or whatever. So we see her playing with the grandchildren, and she's swinging on a swing, and then some cousins come by. One is named Latoya, a.k.a. Sue. Latoya, a.k.a. Sue. That don't go together. So it looked like Latoya wants to go by a different name than her Mississippi name. That's what I'm thinking. And the other one's name is Maria. She wants to invite Marie and everyone to come around for some type of celebration. Do it like they used to do. Pass the peas. I'm thinking about Martin right now. What was I going to say? Yeah, so they're doing that. But she says that Nettie, which is another cousin, has a problem with her. And she said, what is it? She thinks that, and a lot of the family thinks that Marie belittles them. It makes them feel low. And Maria's like, how did I do that? What? Like, she was a stripper in Houston, and she needed a change for her life. Nettie did, and Marie welcomed her back to Jackson, and she begged for a job, and she was working for Marie at her accounting firm. So she's just trying to figure out, what do you mean? Like, I do want to go in on Marie because I can't stand that woman. However, the cousins weren't giving any type of specifics as to how she's making them feel low or feeling like she's better than everyone. Especially when I do see her on a regular trying to be there for her family. And I'm sure that there is a weight of responsibility because she is the one that's been successful. I don't know what anyone else does. We just know that Marie is a successful person. So I'm just saying that she's the most successful one out of the family. So I don't know, cousins, whatever y'all feeling. She did apologize. That's not my intent. And again, until you give some specifics, I don't care. This was an unfruitful conversation to me. One of the cousins says, we want to be included. Included in what? I don't understand that. I'm sorry. Anyway, so now we're at the collective connection. We're almost at the end. Marie ended up texting, saying, sorry, love, see you soon. They were expecting her. She never really showed up. And then all of a sudden, there's a text while they're already filming. She said in her confessional that she had to be there for the grand opening for her new clinic that she got going on. We get to see some pictures of London Simone, Tamara, and Greedy's child. Very cute. I thought the girl was going to be light-skinned, but she got a little color to her. I said, okay, go ahead, London Simone. Congratulations, Tamara. Akeisha brings them around to Bricks and Hobbs of Jackson. They walk down Ferris Street into her building so that she could tell them that this is what's happening, and everyone's congratulating her. So Letitia's got shade, not about the building or whatever, but her capabilities of actually holding this correction thing or whatever. So, of course, when they first greeted each other, Letitia hugged Latrice, and Latrice did not hug back. She said, basically, I don't do fake. And I think Gucci and Latrice, they shook hands or whatever. I think Gucci, still, I think that you have misjudged the situation. And I think it's unfair at how you trying to act like somebody set you up for this. When you initiated everything. You take no responsibility. And that's where I just lose respect for you in this whole situation. Letitia, when they actually sit down now, there's a lot of food and all that good stuff. She says that she has a lot of success, but she's fighting a lot of demons. I used to be able to talk to Latrice about these things, but I don't have that anymore, and I've been losing a lot of people. And she begins to tear up. I don't know if Latrice teared up, but I think I saw her at some point when the camera got to her that she did wipe her eye, but I don't know if it was for that or not. But whatever. But this is my thing, Letitia. You are the boss. You are this and that. And it's been 7 months since filming, and you did not pick up a phone call and say, hey, I miss you. You gotta wait till camera's up to say, I miss you. That right there for me would feel inauthentic. Sorry. Especially, you're in a confessional. Big sis. You don't want to hug your big sis? Well, I'm gonna hug you. Ma'am, you can't do that like that. And that is the point as to how you hurt your little sis last season. She don't play all this fake stuff that you trying to do. And I think you were trying to do all this to just create a show. And I feel like a lot of stuff went too far and personal feelings were hurt. And people don't trust one another now. Because Akeisha does say, things were petty and until real feelings got in the way. And we got to squash this. And that's what happened. It's cool that y'all creating the show, but y'all better be respectful of one another enough not to go to certain depths to try to give us TV in a sister circle. Latrice, said, a lot of us basically, we can go from this whole thing being kumbaya, and then right afterwards, y'all could be catty and scheming against one another behind the scenes. And she's like, well, at this point, we're trying to stop all of that. Akeisha brought up a point of when y'all two fell out, Latrice and Letitia. Latrice told me that you and Glendale was going to set up Willie. And if you could have seen the look on her face, you can tell that Letitia was gagged. Latrice didn't take not one word back, but she was like, look at this clip. Like, that looked like somebody who was gagged as much as she was trying to deny it. Like, we would not. Like, I think you're guilty of that. And you're guilty of always trying to create drama for this television show. I think you're guilty of it. Until proven otherwise. Tamara says, you guys are saying that this is a safe place, but I don't think that this is a safe place. So Gucci brings up that she doesn't understand why Tamara actually came to the hearing. Well, you guys were getting in my business and in my family business. She said, I could take shade, Tamara says that, but to do all this other extra stuff. And so Gucci said, I was mad, that you came to the hearing and you got into my family. And as I already stated before, so Gucci had every right to be there, especially being an eyewitness and also a friend to Selena. And Gucci have chosen not to get to know Tamara for her to even want to back out of the whole situation. Again, could she have chosen not to do it? Yeah, but oh well, in my book. Oh well. So Gucci ended up saying, what, I can see how uncomfortable that this was to you. She just felt like it was an attack on her, and it wasn't that case. 1 minute y'all say that you were subpoenaed, and the next you said that you were told to come. Either way, subpoenaed or what? She came to be there as a character witness for her friend. All that is just quite crazy. So they kind of settled their differences, so that was good. I think at the end, so Gucci said, a weight's been lifted because those things have been bothering me, or bothering her. I'm like, y'all cannot pick up the phone and talk to one another? Y'all gonna wait 7 months and harvest all this stuff, and then you say certain stuff, and then when it gets back, then it's all, no. Like, y'all are grown women. I don't even care if you're bosses. You're grown women. It's quite crazy. Letitia says, the Belle Collective isn't just about some type of brunches. We're supposed to be standing in sisterhood, and I want to have a one-on-one with you, Latrice. Latrice ended up saying, okay. Latrice did say, as you guys feel like Tamara was inserting herself into some Gucci stuff, I feel like y'all were inserting yourselves into my marriage. And they were saying, well, there was stuff that was being brought to us and witnessed. And Latrice was like, who? I mean, you tell me where you've actually seen all this stuff happen. I mean, we've seen it on TV, Latrice. But you guys were making comments even before Josh came to you guys. And that's the truth. That is the truth. And it just was an ad pylon. Y'all wanted to say that she was in this threesome and all this stuff with Selena and all that. It was like, okay, what is happening here? And then the whole abuse stuff. I did not like how Cliff talked to Latrice last season. I think it was awful. And that never should have been caught on, I don't want to just say caught on camera. That should have never been done, Cliff. And I still look at you crazy because of that. But she's still with you. Let's see. So, she said, I don't know what this really resolved. Because it wasn't as much argumentative, but hardly anything got settled. But anyways, especially with Mad Max Marie not being there, Lord Jesus. But that's it for that. At least one person weight got lifted. I don't know about Letitia. I really don't. And again, I don't see it for her. I don't see it for Marie. So Gucci is questionable. I just want to see what she does this season. You haven't done anything to me that just made me go, ugh. Totally. I don't understand why you keep putting this on Latrice and not standing in your own stuff. That bothers me a lot. Latrice goes to Mint Dentistry. Mint, it is from an OG. If you guys have not been watching, season 1, and Dr. Antoinette Lyles is back in the building. She's going to be a friend this season. And finally, Latrice has some backup. So they talk a little bit about what's going on and about the whole thing about, I don't know if I really want to be in this group or whatever. Antoinette was like, I don't know if I want to be around them. Like, I could be making money instead of dealing with those women. But she said that she still has a gripe against Letitia for accusing her of flirting with her man. And she's like, you're accusing me of flirting when your man is cheating on you? And that was interesting to see. So it looks like Dr. Antoinette came to play, and she came to settle some scores as to what had happened. Because you up here worrying about some flirting, but he's sitting up here full-fledged shooting up the club in somebody else's womb. That's all I do have. I think I went very too long. I'm kind of getting off this PM medicine that I had, and that's why I'm even late getting this review out. I apologize for me being so slow, but I'm glad that the Bells are back. I'll be back here early next Friday. LMAH begins tonight for the second half of the season, so hopefully we're about done with Sunny because I'm sick of them. in that story. Possibly if it hadn't played online as they like to play for every storyline, I probably wouldn't be as sick, but I don't understand the use of the storyline anymore. But look out for that review in the morning, and look for me every Saturday morning with another review. I appreciate everyone for coming to my channel. Like this video, subscribe to my channel, and leave your comments below. Until the next one, peace.